Good day, friends. Today, we will explore one of the most profound truths of our lives: walking in purpose. It's a journey of discovery, fulfillment, and realizing that we are here on this earth for a reason. At the center of this truth is the promise found in Jeremiah 29:11, where God speaks directly to His people and each of us, saying, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." A divine blueprint. Let those words sink in for a moment. God says, "I know the plans I have for you." What does this mean? It means that your life is not random. Your existence is not a series of meaningless events. From the very beginning, there has been a divine blueprint for your life. A blueprint created by the Creator Himself. The verse is a reminder that God's plan for you is intentional and good. He sees beyond the present struggles, beyond your current confusion, and He holds a future filled with prosperity, hope, and purpose. This is not just about material success or wealth. This is about a life that is whole, fulfilled, and aligned with the will of God. Purpose gives direction. One of the most significant gifts that come from understanding your purpose in God is direction. We live in a world that often feels chaotic, filled with endless options and distractions. Without purpose, it's easy to drift, to be pulled in different directions, or to feel as if we're simply wandering through life without a destination. But when we trust that God has a purpose for us, it gives us a compass. We know where we are going because we are following His plan. When God declares, "I know the plans I have for you," He is not just asking you to trust Him blindly. He is assuring you that every step, every detour, and even every setback is part of a greater design. The road may not always be smooth, but with God as our guide, we know that each twist and turn serves a purpose. Overcoming challenges with purpose. And walking in purpose doesn't mean that the journey will be easy. Life is filled with challenges, disappointments, and trials. But here's the beauty of trusting in God's plan. When you walk in purpose, even your hardships are not wasted. God uses every obstacle, every heartbreak, and every failure to shape you, to strengthen you, and to prepare you for the future He has in store. When we face difficulties, it's easy to lose sight of our purpose. We may begin to doubt whether God's plan is truly for our good. But Jeremiah 29:11 is a promise that even in times of pain, God is working things out for your benefit. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. What an incredible assurance that your challenges are part of a greater process. A process that will lead to growth, victory, and blessing. Purpose brings confidence. One of the most empowering aspects of walking in purpose is that it brings confidence. When you know that the Creator of the universe has designed a specific path for your life, you walk with a new level of assurance. You are no longer weighed down by the opinions of others or the fear of failure. Instead, you move forward boldly, knowing that your steps are ordered by God. God is not only interested in your future success, He is with you every step of the way. You are never walking alone. His presence, His guidance, and His strength go before you, making a way where there seems to be no way. And because of this, you can walk through life with your head held high, knowing that you are exactly where you need to be, walking in God's purpose. Purpose offers hope. At the heart of God's plan for your life is hope. Jeremiah 29:11 speaks of plans to give you hope and a future. Without hope, it's difficult to find meaning in the present. But when you trust that your life is part of a bigger story, a story that God is writing, hope becomes your anchor. Hope allows you to keep moving forward even when you can't see the full picture. It gives you the strength to endure seasons of waiting and uncertainty, knowing that God's promises never fail. His timing is perfect, and His plans are always for your good. Hope fills your heart with anticipation for what is to come, because you know that your future is in God's hands. Living with purpose. Every day, walking in purpose is not just about big moments or major decisions. It's about the everyday choices we make. It's about waking up each morning with a sense of calling, knowing that every action, no matter how small, is significant. It's about using your gifts, your talents, and your passions to make a difference in the world. God has equipped each of us with unique abilities and placed us in specific situations for a reason. Your purpose is not something you have to search for in the distance. It is right here, in this moment, in the life you are living now. Every interaction, every relationship, and every opportunity is part of God's purpose for you. Surrendering to His plan. Walking in purpose requires something of us. It requires surrender. We must surrender our desires, our plans, and our timelines, and trust that God's ways are higher than ours. This doesn't mean that we abandon our dreams, but that we align them with God's greater vision for our lives. When we surrender to God's plan, we free ourselves from the pressure of having to figure everything out. We can rest in the knowledge that God is in control, and that His purpose for us will unfold in His perfect time. Surrender brings freedom because it shifts the burden from us to God. We no longer have to carry the weight of uncertainty or fear, because God has already mapped out our future. In closing, my friends, I encourage you to embrace the truth of Jeremiah 29:11 with all your heart. Know that God has a plan for you, a plan that is filled with hope, prosperity, and a future beyond your imagination. Walk confidently in the purpose He has set before you. Trust that every step you take is part of a divine design, even when the path seems unclear. Let the knowledge that God's purpose for your life is good fill you with direction, hope, and confidence. Let it give you the courage to face challenges, the strength to endure trials, and the assurance that your life is part of something greater. As you walk in purpose, you are fulfilling God's unique and beautiful plan for your life. Remember, you are here for a reason. Your life has meaning, and your purpose is unfolding every day. Walk boldly in that purpose and trust that God, who began a good work in you, will carry it on to completion. Amen.